ABC, it's Carino. Time for another update, and way behind on this one. Pretty good pile here, so kick back. Grab a beverage. I got some Dominion root beer. This is for Aaron and Garen. My favorite root beer, I've shown this before. It's made with pure honey out of Virginia. And I can find it at one Costco's in the area, that's it. Okay, like I said, haven't made an update for a little while. Definitely got a pile here to show. So this may be a little long. Kick back, don't kick back, whatever. Hopefully I'll make it to the end. I just kind of grabbed them as they were sitting here to be put away. So to be honest, I don't know exactly what all is in here. So I didn't look anything up. I don't have all the information. Tough shit. If you got a computer, you can check it out for yourself. So, just kidding. Anyways, jump into it. Still listening to Ram, which I was listening to in the VCLT video I just posted. Man, this is just totally kicking my ass. Every time it spins, it gets better. I listened to side 1 4 times. I'm finally on side 2 now. Brand new. They're from Sweden. This is on Metal Blade. It's actually cool. Brought this over to show too. Here's the insert. Cool looking old school Metal Blade insert. Very cool. Loving this album. And that's George texting. I'll get back to you, brother. Let's jump into it. A couple of these I may have shown. Hopefully not, but whatever. Here we go. First, Cauldron, Burning Fortune. Holy crap. Hopefully you know Cauldron by now, new wave of traditional heavy metal, band out of Canada. And deal is with this, I didn't have it, and months ago LJ offered one up. He had an extra, and it got completely lost here in the music room. He was asking me about it like a month ago, and I'm like, dude, do I have that? You sent that to me? And I ended up finding it. It just somehow got misfiled in a box or whatever on a shelf before I listened to it to put it away. But I had this on CD. I could never track down the vinyl. LJ came through for me, and this is killer. All their stuff's great. We got a new one coming out this month, towards the end of the month, which I need to pre-order. Next, don't know much about this band. Exiled Fortune Teller. Pretty cool, just kind of straight ahead metal. And it's on Hellion. Very cool. See inserts going on. There you go. Like I said, I didn't do a bunch of prep for this video, so it's going to be what's going to be. And I'm thinking I may have shown this, but this is an awesome album. Blitzkrieg, Back from Hell, on this new wave British heavy metal kick, and this album is fantastic. And I'm thinking this was, yeah, it's a high roller release. Amazing album. Such a cool band, and I didn't know until reading the Pop-Off book that this band released some singles, and the original band actually never released an album. It was like, years later when the singer kind of put the band back together with a couple different members, and that's when the albums come out. Okay, next, something I'd pre-ordered and just could not. Oh, hiccups. Okay. Next, something I pre-ordered and was like, just couldn't wait for it to get here. It actually got pushed back like a month and driving me nuts. But finally showed up, and that's the Enforcer Live by Fire box set. And this band, it just keeps getting better. Their newest album's fantastic. This is killer. Live show, comes with a DVD of the show, comes with a bonus 10-inch and of course the album. And I'm not going to open it up, share everything. Nathan did a great job showing this. So I think it was Nathan. Pretty sure. But fantastic. Grab it if you can, if they're still available. I'm sure you can get it without getting the box set and everything. Just stuff kind of pulled out to spin. Torch, Electric Kiss. Cool old school band. Man, that glare just sucks. Spun a couple blues albums. John Mayall, Memories. This wasn't bad. John Mayall, I dig. Some can be hit or miss, but this one it was okay. That was like a cheap find for a couple bucks somewhere a long time ago. I was pulled it out of the just in piles. Have been here forever. Along with this, man, and I actually forgot about picking this up, and I can't even remember where I got it, but killer album. Otis Rush, Morning in the Morning. One Cotillion. And this looks like an original Old Dog. Been watching George's videos showing all the blues he's been picking up and got me pulling something out to spin. Same with this, Muddy Waters, folk singer. And this is like an 80s pressing on chess. Huge blues fan. I don't show a lot. I have a good bit of blues, but it's, it's hard as crap to find anymore, to be quite honest. And I pick up any I can find, but at reasonable prices. Next, got this in a few months back. Finally got around to spinning it. I've had this on CD forever, but it's a great album. Ramones, Acid Eater. And this was a covers album. All this cool older, 60s kind of stuff. They do Journey to the Center of the Mind, Substitute, The Shape of Things to Come, When I Was Young, 7 and 7 Is, I Can't Seem to Make You Mine, Have You Ever Seen the Rain? Just killer covers, Ramones style, and they just knock it out of the park. It's the Ramones, man. They're greatest rock and roll band ever. Saw this pop up on a website and ordered. I've never heard this album, never even seen it, to be quite honest. And it's freaking great. Mariah Rage, Death Valley Dream. I think it's a reissue, of course. I think it came out in the 90s. This is number 166 of 250. But one cool thing with this, if I can show this just real quick, it came with an insert. It's pretty wild. This is the insert. Here's the track listings, and it opens up into a map of Death Valley, and then on the other side you have the lyrics. That's one of the more original inserts I've ever seen. That's definitely cool. And to do that with, I don't know if the original had that or not, but to do that with a reissue, thumbs up, man. That's going the extra mile. But wow, what a killer thrash style album. I actually hear some Souls at Zero, Wrath Child America kind of vocals and that kind of thing in here. Really cool album, man. This totally got by me. I've never seen this, never heard this. I'm sure Scott knows about this album. I'm sure he probably has it in some format. And of course, with Lemmy passing away, I pulled out Motorhead. Here's the World Is Ours Volume 2, where they did the 2 live albums, both of them 2 LP sets. Sounds great, just fantastic Motorhead. Another one in the just in pile, just hadn't spun it. Bitches Sin, Invaders. It's an original pressing from back in the day. I can't remember the year. Kind of a new wave British heavy metal. This is later, 86. Definitely cool. And actually, I've heard this album before, and actually, I don't know if maybe it's because I'm on this new wave of British heavy metal kick. This sounded way better than I remember it originally being. And also pulled out the High Roller, Bitch's Sin, The First Temptation, which is just kind of compilation album, earlier stuff. Very cool. Love that cover. Also had this for a while. Originally had it on CD, and I had to grab it on vinyl. It's Diamond Lil. And this is also on High Roller. And this is early, man. This is 79. Female singer. And just killer. It's that 70s hard rock leading in to the new wave of British heavy metal. I don't know a lot about this band, but I will say the music is fantastic. That new wave British heavy metal, hard rock kind of style. The vocals are a bit iffy. They would have been better with a better singer, just overall, male or female. But actually, the more I listen to it, the more accepting of her vocals I am. She does kind of fit, but wow, just the music alone on this album is fantastic. And another band I'd never heard of, High Roller, reissued all this stuff and freaking love it. Alright, next, I probably showed you this when I first got it, but I've been listening to it finally. And loving this. Power Lord, The Awakening reissue. What was this on? Heavy Forces. This was a US power metal band. 86. We'll say mid 80s, late 80s, 86. From Oklahoma, if I remember right. But just a badass band, just forgotten, and so cool with these reissues, man, of these forgotten old bands. Love this stuff. And hard to find. Next, picked this up on my trip up to New England. Actually got this Cape Cod, same store that had all the bootlegs. But Karma to Burn, their first release, 80 or 96, somewhere around in there. And this is pretty sure it's just a reissue. Yeah, 2014 reissue on Metal Blade. Probably their best album, and better than I remembered, actually. This is a fantastic record. These guys are out of Morgantown, West Virginia, and just kind of ended up being bigger overseas than they ever were in America. But really, really cool band. They're, I guess you should say, they're kind of in that stoner rock kind of thing. If you dig Caius, that early 90s kind of stuff, you'll dig Karma to Burn. Next, you know what? This is an album that may have got by some people. I think it came out last year, beginning of this year. I can't remember right now. But right now, Black Trip is getting a huge amount of love in the VC, and they totally deserve it. And I'm love seeing it. Everybody's getting turned on to him, checking him out, picking up the album. But I would say if you dig Black Trip, don't miss this band, The Dagger. It's right up the Black Trip alley, man. It's the same kind of stuff. A little more 70s influence, if you could say that, I guess. But wow, just a really, really cool album. And again, I don't know a lot about these dudes. I'm going blank on where they're from. I want to say Sweden, but that might be totally wrong. But either way, check out The Dagger. Just a fantastic album. Stockholm, Sweden, that's where they're from. I'm trying to remember the label it's on here. Century Media. It came out last year, 2014. Just a straight up good hard rocking band. really badass album. Again, if you dig Black Trip, check this album out. Don't let it get by you. And the last one, just one I pulled out to listen to. I don't know why, but Mad Axeman, old Mausoleum band. You can see the label here. Had this forever. I'm pretty sure I've shown it before. Still have the price tag. Looks like I paid $8 for it somewhere. But that's it. Like I say, it was a big stack, and actually this may have went quicker than I thought. Didn't go into too much detail. Hopefully, if you saw anything here that looks interesting, you'll check it out. Definitely check out the Dagger. If you're digging Black Trip, I can't say that enough. Check out the Dagger. Really cool band. Alright, BC, that's it. One last thing. Kind of stay tuned to this channel and maybe a couple other ones. Kind of a big thing coming down the pike here that I think everybody might kind of dig. So I'll leave it at that. Alright, BC, thanks everybody for watching, subscribing, and commenting, and I'll see you in the next video. Later.